right, today is a good day. I believe I am finished putting everything back into and on the frame. And I'm considering this the frame or the body. I do not have my linkage on my foot pedals yet, but I do have my control valve in. I have all of my hydraulic lines in. I have my alternator in. So I believe I have everything in except for the engine. And that is my next project, is the engine. The hydraulic filter. The only other thing that I do not have in, where the line connects here and goes back to the pump that is located on the motor, that is not in, as well as there is another line there that comes around and goes to the back side of the motor where the hydraulic pump is mounted. But I do have all my hydraulic lines in place. My auxiliary lines are stuck up. My clutch is back together. Alternator's in. Valve is in. That's my speed changing valve. That's going to work with this handle right here. You pull it front or push it back. So everything is in place except for the engine and the lift system. But as I said at the beginning of this build, I was going to get the frame done. Then I was going to concentrate on the motor, and we're going to go over there right now to the motor. Let me back up. I'll give you a full view of this. I'm going to probably jostle this around a little bit. The GoPro kind of gives it that fisheye effect, so it makes it look like the wheels are all wacky. But they are not wacky. That is just the GoPro fisheye. So there is the frame. It is complete, other than the seat, the motor, and the lift system. So now we're going to come over here. This is my lift system. See if you can, there it is. And this is my motor. The only thing left on here are the battery cables and the clutch unit that goes on the engine. Here are my tires. Down in there is my seat and seat pan. That is going to get redone as well because the seat pan is pretty rough. It's broken in a couple of spots. Let's see if I can get there's a nice little break right there, and there's a few other little cracks that I'm just going to get some sheet metal and bend a new one. So, like I say, this is an empty piece of tarp, other than the clutch, the hydraulic hose that goes from the speed valve to this clutch, a linkage, motor mount bolts, the positive and negative terminal, and this was an oil filter, like an external oil filter. It wasn't hooked up when I got it. I don't think I'm going to hook it up, but I'll show you where it does go in case I decide or figure out how it gets hooked up. There are two bolts located down inside here. Right there, you like that red flashing light there for my GoPro? That is where that filter housing went, but it was not hooked up when I got it. So I don't know that I am going to hook it up. Our gauges were cleaned up. Redid this wiring harness. And she's starting to come together. The next step is to get that motor set up on a bench and start tearing it apart, cleaning it up. And I'm not going to tear the motor apart. The only thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to straighten out some of the sheet metal. We'll go back over here real quick. I'm not sure if that is a factory bend in there. It looks like it is, but it's beat in here a little bit. So we'll take all the shrouding off if I can. I've never messed with a Wisconsin motor, so I'm not sure how much of the shrouding I can just pull off with nuts and bolts and how much is actually attached to the motor. But I'm gonna get the shroud straightened out best I can, get it all painted up, paint my exhaust system, paint the intake, and just get that all cleaned up. I am not gonna go inside the motor unless I have to, but it did run good when we ran it when I brought it home. So this is the Bobcat M610. It's about a 1964 or a 1967. And we're just giving her a new facelift so she has a little bit of life left to her. I hope you enjoyed watching this thing come apart and go together. I know I don't document things very well, but I appreciate everybody coming over and taking a look at my YouTube channel. And we do some crazy stuff, like my dad says in the one video, we do some crazy stuff. And we have some crazy things that we work on, cargo bike and the mode of transportation and a few other projects that really didn't make the YouTube stuff. I did post one of our rail runner. If you haven't had a chance to see our rail runner, look through my channel and see if you can find the rail runner. It was a go-kart style ride that went on the railroad, and you can see that here on my YouTube channel. Here again, I apologize for not documenting stuff real well. Appreciate you guys coming over. If you like what you see, go ahead and click on that little thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, go ahead and click on that thumbs down. If you have any questions, if you're redoing a Bobcat yourself, feel free to leave a comment. I'm pretty good at replying to comments. If not that day, maybe the next day I'll reply to it. Anything I can help you guys with, I will definitely try. Or if you have suggestions on things that you've seen that I've done or things that you think I could do better, let me know. Criticism is a good compliment. All right, well, thanks for watching.